E.N.D here, day 8 and penultimate day of the spoilers of the Brothers War. Leave me in the comments below what is your favorite card from this set. Mine is Awaken the Woods. That particular green mythic card can create a lot of 1/1 green forest dried land creature tokens, and I'm sure you need those creatures to ramp. Let's start. And as always, I start with a couple of common cards. Power Stone Engineer for 1 and 1 white, it's a 2/1. When it dies, create a tapped Power Stone token. Mine Worker for 2, it's a 2/1. Tap, you gain 1 life. If you control a creature named Power Plant Worker and a creature named Tower Worker, you gain 3 life instead. The Fabricate for 1 and 1 blue, it's an instant, choose 1. Counter target artifact or enchantment spell. If a spell is countered this way, exile it, or counter target activated or triggered ability. Serenist Still Seeker for 1 and 1 green, it's a 1/2. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, look at the top card of your library. If it's a land card, you may reveal it and put it into your hand. If you don't put that card into your hand, you may put it into your graveyard. Battery Bearer for 2, 1 green and 1 blue, it's a 3/4. Creatures you control have tap, add 1 colorless. This mana can't be spent to cast a non-artifact spell. Whenever you cast an artifact spell with mana value 6 or greater, draw a card. Junkyard Genius for 1, 1 black and 1 red, it's a 2/2. Enters the battlefield, create a tapped Power Stone. For 1, 1 black and 1 red, sacrifice another creature or artifact. Until end of turn, other creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain menace and haste. Evangel of Synthesis, 1 blue, 1 black, it's a 2/3. Enters the battlefield, draw a card, then discard a card. As long as you draw 2 or more cards this turn, it gets +1/+0 and has menace. Spotter Topter for 8, it's a 4/5. Flying. When it enters the battlefield, scry X, where X is its power. 4 prototype, 3 and 1 blue, it's a 2/3. Hulking Metaphor, 9, it's a 7/7. You may have it enter the battlefield as a copy of an artifact or creature you control, except it's an artifact creature in addition to its other types, and its power and toughness are equal to its power and toughness. 4 prototype, 2 and 2 blue, it's a 3/3. Bushwhack for 1 green, it's a sorcery, choose 1. Search your library for a basic land card, reveal it and put it into your hand, then shuffle. Target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. Steel Exemplar for 5, it's a 4/4 with trample. Enters the battlefield with 2 +1/+1 counters on it unless 2 or more colors of mana were spent to cast it. Mask of Jade Crafter for 2, X, tap it, sacrifice it, create XX colorless golem artifact creature token, activate only as a sorcery, unearthed for 2 and 1 green. Haywire Might for 1, it's a 1/1. Whenever it dies, you gain 2 life. For 1 green, sacrifice it, exile target non-creature artifact or non-creature enchantment. Symmetry Matrix 4, artifact. Whenever a creature with power equal to its toughness enters the battlefield under control, you may pay 1. If you do, draw a card. Some rare cards. Teething Wormlet for 1 green, it's a 1/1. Has that touch as long as you control 3 or more artifacts. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. If this is the first time this ability has resolved this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Titania's Command, 4 and 2 green. Sorcery, choose 2. Exile target player's graveyard, you gain 1 life for each card exiled this way. Or search your library for up to 2 land cards, put them on the battlefield tab, then shuffle. Or create 2/2 green bear creature tokens, or put 2 +1/+1 counters on each creature you control. Gwenna, Eyes of Gaia, 2 and 1 green, it's a 2/3. Tap, add 2 mana in any combination of colors. Spend this mana only to cast creature spells or activated abilities of a creature or creature card. Whenever you cast a creature spell with power 5 or greater, put a +1/+1 counter on it and untap it. It can be quite useful in certain creature decks. The mythic cards, Rootwire Amalgam for 5, it's a 5/5. 3 and 2 green. Sacrifice it, create an XX colorless golem artifact creature token where X is 3 times Root Amalgam's power. It gains haste until end of turn, activate only as a sorcery, and has prototype. For 1 and 1 green, it's a 2/3. If you don't know how to play prototype, I did a tutorial video explaining this particular mechanic, how it works. Serenity Great Wurm for 1 red and 1 green. It's a 7/6, has trample. Whenever a land enters the battlefield, create a tapped Power Stone token. Don't underestimate the power of the Power Stone tokens. These will be an essential in artifact decks in the future. So that was the last card in this particular day 8 of the spoilers of the Brothers War. Join me tomorrow for the last day of the spoilers of this epic set. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more and more interesting videos about Magic the Gathering and the collectible world.